Welcome to the DIY3DTech.com channel.
In this edition, we're going to start to build the 2-up printer. So we have some of the basic pieces. What we're going to do is we're going to start with building what they're referring to the chassis first. So I'm going to try to get most of the pieces in here, so this will probably be a fairly long video set, breaking them up into some of the components. I'll start out with some of the basic build concepts as we go through this, and then as we do, I'll probably just keep skipping forward a little bit. But to start with, one of the things that I did notice about the laser cut parts that is true from the internet is you will get a little dirty with these, because these are definitely have a lot of residual carbon or what have you from being laser cut. So anyways, to clean them up, one of the things I'm going to do is use, and you can use regular rubbing alcohol. I've got a bunch of these alcohol swab pads here, basically to clean up the top surface. And so just kind of, as you can see, it really does a good job of getting up the various residue. I wouldn't worry about too much of the sides of that, but just kind of cleaning up the tops, surfaces, and the surfaces where they're made together just makes it cleaner. You can kind of see how really grubby that is. So it's taking quite a bit off. I've also got some extra paper towels here to kind of dry them off or take any additional residue off that's needed. So I know it's not too exciting, but again, I want you to see the various parts and that we have, and some tips. Also, one of the things as I'm doing this, I also noticed about this is some of the cutouts weren't fully knocked out. Oh, you can kind of see how much I got off there. That's actually quite a bit, and I got quite a bit on my hands already. So, like I say, I've also got some paper towels, so if you want to go back through and kind of clean them off a little bit, you can see I'm even getting more off. I think I probably spend a good part of the day getting it off. But also right here you can see that one of the holes didn't pop out. Not a big deal. The pliers popped it out. Also, one of the things that I do have running is a computer off to the side where I have the PDF instructions up and running. So one of the first things that it's showing for this is basically these are mounting over the NEMA motors, sort of like this, and all the motors seem to be a bit ambidextrous. So, but one of the things, notice the location of the holes, especially for this piece, and I guess logically maybe you can flip it upside down, but what they're showing is this hole should go to this corner, and then what we need to do is take the M8s. Now, interestingly enough, it says take the M8s from bag 2. So you have M8s and you have M16s. So make sure you get the M8s, which are the shorter ones, which are just basically long enough. Now, you might have to sight it a little bit. The holes look fairly well aligned, so what I'm going to do is just drop all these in here before I tighten them up. So I'm dropping the M8s in here. Again, have to line them up a little bit. Be careful, because there's not too much that it seems to grab. So there's very little bit that seems to grab. So I'll need to dump out more here. Again, the bags seem to be labeled pretty good. But again, if you're not sure, again, you know, be doubly sure to make sure you're picking the right screws, the 8s instead of the 16s. So I seem to have 2 left. I don't know if that's meant to be extra. Now the kit comes with a set of Allen wrenches, and again, when we go to tighten these down, I don't think you need to torque these too much. I think they need to be tight, but remember, this is melamine coated MDF that we're actually tightening onto, so we don't want to get too crazy tight, because it is possible to to crush the material. So we'll just tighten these up. Yeah, if you really wanted to get anal, you notice that I've kind of just gone around in a circle. If you really wanted to get particular, you could probably start at one corner, as I'm doing here. Tighten it down, jump to its opposing corner, tighten it down. But again, I don't think these will be experiencing much vibration or torque. And two, again, I'm just getting these what I'd call semi, they're tight, they won't come loose, but now you see I flipped over here. I'm tighten this up. And I'm purposely keeping from going to this end, because this end I can apply a lot more torque. I don't want to do that, because again, I'm afraid of crushing the wood. So again, I'm just using it like this, and I can get enough torque on this to get this tight, because I can actually feel the head recess into the mill mine a little bit, so I think that's good. So again, I'm just double checking this. I've got this piece in the right location. This piece appears to be the ambidextrous. So now we're ready to move on to the next build piece. So I'm going to stop the video as we get that and then cut back over.